Guys, welcome back again to the second part of our simple app project. As we seen in the last video, we have created the read and write functionality. We have used the adapter to store multiple data and display it in recycler. Now our next two functionalities are update and delete. So before that, we need to make a few changes in our previous code so that we can easily implement the update and delete functionality. So let's jump back to studio. If you might have noticed that we have created a separate key variable, right? So here we created some sort of string variable that named as key to get our random ID generated by Firebase itself. So basically this is a random ID, but now it is present over here. So how can I know that this particular ID is for my particular employee? So we can also store this id in the different childs of their details like e designation, e name, e number. So we can store another child as id, so that we can easily access that particular node and then compare it with our values, and we can perform update or delete functionalities. So it will be easy. If we don't do that, it might get a little bit of complex. So to avoid these complexities, we are going to add our key value into our database also. Okay, so let me shift over this, and in the map.put we will add id comma, here we will set our key. Okay, this change in main activity.java where we stored our data or where we stored our information about employee. So slight change is needed over here. Make sure to make this line above all or above this particular thing. Okay, so yeah, this is done. Also we need to change here. We have to add one another parameter called id. It should be same as this. Okay, now we have to remove this constructor because we want all the. So sorry, alt insert, then constructor, select all. So new constructor is ready, as well as we want functionality for id. So again, alt insert, getter and setter id. So yeah, this is the main thing we need to change, and now it's okay. We have to do one thing. So like, we have to delete all this data because it does not contain ids of their particular node, right? So we will delete all data, and we will rerun the application to store another records. So this is the data we have. I have justly added two buttons. I will explain it over in a few minutes. Like, these buttons are used for our new functionalities. I have added it in our layout file. I will show you how you can add and what are those. Okay, uh, it will take a few minutes. Yeah, it is installing. Okay, we will add our first employee, abc, employee number, something like that, employee designation, manager, data added. Then we will another employee as xyz, then a designation, work. Now let's see if our id is present in the database. So as you can see here, id, this particular id will be same, so that we can traverse easily in the node. As you can see, it is same. Okay, so now let's perform our first functionality, that is delete functionality. Okay, so to get our these buttons, you need to go to custom list item file, that is our custom card file. So in that, I have added a linear layout, another linear layout, which is for the first row, and I have added two image buttons. You can use image view also, but I have used image button. Height and width I have given 50 dp, and for both of them the different drawables are there, edit and delete, and IDs I have given. Okay, so now let's retrieve these IDs in our adapter. So go back to your view holder class. Inside that, type image button. One is edit, one is delete. Okay, so now we will add their IDs is equals to item view, find view by ID, edit and delete. Delete. Okay, these both things are done. So now what we want, when user clicks on a particular delete button for that particular element, set unclick listener view dot unclick listener. Okay, so here we are going to do one thing. What we gonna do, we will get our, like, what you can say, Firebase database dot get instance dot get reference dot child, or you can write this when our view is created. Basically, like, we will do one thing, we will create database reference variable over here, that is global reference. Oh, sorry, we have already created reference variable here, and then what we gonna do, we will in the on create view holder we will add our reference as firebase database dot get instance dot get reference. So basically, whenever the adapter is created, this reference will be assigned. After that, we gonna do reference dot child, that is employee data. Okay, so we got until over here. So now we will do one thing, we will go to child, and here we need to pass our string path. So for that we will use model dot get id. Okay, so in this way it will retrieve the particular id. Now suppose, where is our emulator? Now suppose ABC is a child, right? Whenever we click on delete functionality, so it will get the ID of this particular card or this particular data. So our ID of ABC, what is ID of ABC? So here, this is the ID. So it will catch this ID so that we can go to this reference path. Okay, in employee data we will go until over here, and simply we will pass that there is a method. Just give me a minute. Dot say delete, or don't remember the method. What is the method? Okay, basically, I have forgotten this. Remove value is a method. Okay, so yeah, we can do we can display toast over here also, that the data is deleted or not. For our current sake, we will not do that. Just restart our app and let's see it deletes our data or not. Okay, go to view data. Oh, what is the issue? Okay, data is present over here, and if we click on delete, as you can see, it is automatically removed, and as well as it is removed from database, right? So is that simple to work with Firebase. So basically we have used only a remove value, but before using that we have to be like precious, like where is our path going and what we want to delete. Okay, so basically in this way, this remove function but or remove value works. Okay, now suppose we are trying to add or some data, and we have unfortunately added some miscellaneous data, or we want to change that in future. So for that we will implement our set on click listener. We will implement our edit functionality. So to perform edit functionality we have to do prior things on it, right? So basically we have to display one dialog, because uh, whenever user clicks on particular edit button on the child or on the employee card, then pop-up should be displayed. In the pop-up we have different three fields, that is same name, number and designation. And if user want to change, user can change the data, and then there is will be a button called update. So for that we need another custom layout file to create that. Okay, so we will create that file. We will name it as custom edit dialog. So we will use a dialog functionality provided by Android Studio. So dialog is nothing but a pop-up screen that shows our particular UI elements or particular functionality. So here we will use linear layout as orientation vertical. So now I just simply copy this data from the our main activity, because it is similar layout, right? Copy custom edit dialog. Over here I will paste. Then rather than employee data we will say as update employee data. We will rename each and every IDs as edit, because we shouldn't use the same IDs for multiple layouts because it causes some error. And rather than add data we can say update. Here we will pass update. As you can see, our layout is ready. Simple layout, we don't do anything fancy. We will just add margin, print it. Okay, so now go to the adapter. So inside adapter, here we will call one method, namely as update dialog, and we will pass our model. Okay, so below this class we will create our method as void update dialog, and here we will use data class. So with the help of data class we will get our whole data of employee at the particular time. Okay, so here we will use dialog equals to new dialog. So as you might know, here we need to pass the context. Now how to pass it? So we can do that in a simple way. Here type as context, and now in your on create view folder where we given the reference, simply context is equal to parent dot get context. So it will provide us the context of the current parent. So our parent is display employee activity, right? So that, and here we will pass context. Okay, so now we will set dialog dot set content view. So r dot layout dot custom edit dialog, and then we will do one thing, dialog dot find view by id. Like basically we have to use our functionalities for that, edit text, name, number, and but we have another thing, designation. Okay, for that we have to find IDs. Name equals to id dot edit name. I will simply copy this multiple times, like 2, 3 for number and for designation. We will change it over here also. Edit number, no, emp not, edit designation. Edit designation. And we have also one button called update. Same for that. Update equals to uh, dialog dot find view by id r dot id dot update. Okay, basic functionality is done. So whenever our dialog is created, we have to display our initial data that is present in the database. So for that we have taken parameter as data class, so we will display that. So what, how we can do, name dot set text, we will use data dot get name. We will do this two more times. So set number, get number, and for designation also. So get a designation. Okay. So after that we will do one thing, update dot set on click listener, new view dot on click listener. Okay. So now if all our data is changed, we can easily do that, but we will check the conditions same as this. Okay, we will copy this statement and paste it in our adapter. Here rather than this we have to pass like name, number, and designation. So it will take that our what you can say, one back bracket is missing, what, like it is empty or not. Basically we don't want empty data in our database, so for that we are going to check the condition again here. And if data is not empty, then we can simply do that, reference dot child. Here our child is employee data, then dot child. So now how we can update a particular node, right? So we have done that in the delete part. Same for that, data dot get id dot update children. Okay, so for also update children we have to use our map as we used in the last addition part. It is string comma, I will just copy the same thing because we don't need to do it repeatedly. Okay, so here, here we can remove our id and name dot get text dot to string. Same for number, same for designation. So now as we gather our data in the map, we will simply pass our map dot add on complete listener, new on complete listener. right? So in on complete listener, we will display our toast message. Data update. Okay, we are having an error over map because hash map of string object provided hash map of string. Okay, we can do this. Okay, let's try to run the application and let's see it. Okay, we have forgotten one thing. So we have created our dialog, but we haven't displayed it right over here. So we will use one simple command, that dot show. And whenever we displays the data update successful, we will dismiss the dialog as it by default should be closed and data should be updated, right? So dialog dot dismiss, and we will set our dialog cancelable will be allowed, so there is no need to worry. Now suppose dialog is open and we click on the screen anywhere, the dialog will automatically close. And if you want to disable that, you need to set the cancelable functionality or property to be false. So let's see it happens or not. View data. Okay, then we will click on edit. As you can see, data as well as our card is displayed, update employee data. So now suppose I want to change xyz's name to abc capital, and when we click on update, nothing is happening. Why? Okay, let's see what went wrong. Okay, I will click again on update. Hmm, why it is not updating the data? Sometimes there might be a issue of network, so at that time it also does not happen. Okay, so but nothing is happening on the click, right? Okay, let's see if our click is functionable or not. Initial part. Oh, okay, I have done one thing wrong. Okay, we have done it in the wrong part. We actually have to do it over here. Basically, if all these things are empty, we have to display a toast message called enter data. Okay, now let's rerun. Basically, we are checking if it is empty or not. If it is empty, it will retrieve true, and if not, then false. So that's why the condition is getting false and it is not getting any updates. Let's see here, abc data update successful, and you can see easily our data is updated over here. So now let's add another data, namely as Noah. Then we will enter five, okay, 4 5 something like that. We will add designation as what we can say, assistant. We will add data, and now suppose I want to change the designation of the Nova. I can simply go to edit functionality, and here I will type as worker. Update. As you can see, the data is updated successfully. So In this way, you can implement the update as well as delete functionality. So for update functionality, we have used a method called update children, and we have passed the map same used while creation. So before that, we have created dialog for our update part, so that we can get the data displayed to user to confirm it, and if user changes from that data, then it would be updated in our database. And if we go to delete part, we have simply used the remove value. So to achieve this easily, we have made a few changes, that we have included the id in the particular user section. Okay, so like employee data consists of different employees, right? So they are identified because of the particular id or random id generated. So we have also included in that data. In such a way, we can easily retrieve this id and perform our update, delete, different operation on that. Okay, so yeah, this is nothing but the simple Firebase app. In future videos, we will cover two different other functionalities of Firebase, that is Firebase authentication, and another will be Firebase storage. So after two videos, the Firebase part will be enough for the basic application development. You can try to develop different apps in the Android Studio with the help of all of these functionalities, right? So on that note, thank you for joining for this simple app videos, and make sure to share as uh, to the different peoples, different friends. And thank you so much again for watching these videos, and see you in the next video.